One more time, fool.
Hey, if you like what you see, subscribe, like, and share.
In the DMV and we work. The Wildcat is cool, but they not like us. Talking real DC, so what's up? Hey, from PG to Moco, fly shit, go from.
What's going on, good people? And welcome to Foots Tuesday. Foots Tuesday is a podcast that I created once I realized that the homies was coming over every Tuesday to partake in some adult libations as we get lit and we talk shit about basketball. And occasionally, we have a guest. Look, but not just any guest. We talking about DC's royalty, the DMV's finest basketball coaches, as well as its up-and-coming stars. But before I let you know about the star that's here on the south side of Washington, D.C., that's sitting in the big chair, I want to salute the company that's sponsoring this particular podcast, All Stars Investments. Kobe Sullivan has been giving back to our community in hosting basketball tournaments since 2019. So Kobe, yes sir. And now, from the University of Pittsburgh, Johnstown, number 32, Chris Rhames. That's really weak, y'all. That's really sorry. First of all, listen, man, I appreciate you for sure.
Thank you.
My man, for coming on here.
Appreciate you.
But what I like to do is I like to start off every podcast with a story. So when I got my first contract with Basic Sports, I started coming up. Yeah, keep that. You know that old deal. You know, the GM at Basic.
Right.
What happened was I started coming out to the games, and you guys were lit every game, like before the games, and I'm looking around and I'm all dry. So I eventually started to sip a little bit. So after a couple games in of falling on my face, Shake say to me, man, nigga saying, this man falling on his face, do we really need him on his team? I say, what you talking about, Shake? Dudes, niggas love to play with me. Chris love to play with me. Thank you. Whoa, my bad, Paul. Chris enjoys hooping with me. to clean that up, no homo. And he say, nigga, that's who saying you are falling all over the place. Do you remember that at all?
I probably did say that.
All day long. But it was cool though, because it gave me an opportunity to realize how serious that you guys took the game. Whether, you know, whether it was rec league or whatever we were doing. And we went out there and was bumping and we got championships out St. Mary's.
Right.
Yeah. So I was so excited once I started doing the Googling you. And let me tell you something, man. To know that I am a friend, a close friend with a guy who's actually in the Hall of Fame out here in these streets. You know, it's not a whole bunch of people. I mean, it's dudes just bumped on a high level, whether it was Division I overseas so far and so forth. But it's not a whole bunch of dudes out here that's in the Hall. And as for you, you're actually in Johnstown Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir.
Bro, how does that feel?
That's an excellent feeling. I mean, you know, when you think about the journey, like the journey that I had as a late bloomer.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I had to transfer schools. I tried to transfer from Blue to Anacostia to even get a shot. So my I didn't have a lot of time to make noise. Mm-hmm. You know, I was unfortunately wasted 2 years at Blue. But you know, I wouldn't change the road for anything. I wouldn't change that experience for anything, because that just put that fight into me, man, to try to better myself. But once I went down Anacostia with those boys, it was on, man. You know, I had to fight for a spot in a gym of 100 players.
Right.
And I walk in there, I'm looking around, I'm like, I'm not leaving without a spot. You know what I'm saying? So that was just my last shot. You know what I mean? So I went down there and did that and was able to get on that squad and gel with those guys, man. And those guys, you know, that Anacostia experience senior year, it was like a movie.
The notable players. Who was the notable player?
As far as athletics, man. You had Michael Powell.
Okay.
You had Keith Davis. You had Larry Towns.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You had a lot of other guys. Herb Graham. Man, all the guys. Coach Hargrove. Kevin Hargrove, rest in peace. You know, that total experience, the football squad. We played football, we played basketball, and we played baseball.
Look, I asked who was on that team because I was sitting there thinking about fighting for a spot. Who was he fighting against? But listening to that list, oh yeah, you went down there fighting.
Yeah, because those guys were already, you know, they already had their spot. But you know, I was looking at the power forward position, so I was like, you know, I was looking around the gym and I was like, Joe, I'm not leaving without a spot. So, you know, I had auditioned my entire 11th grade year, you know, for my next school. You know what I mean? For the next school that I was gonna go to. So I was, you know, we had a female coach, and Joe, I rode the bench for 2 years for no reason. Yes, at Blue.
At Blue. Okay.
So I was a young in my 10th grade year, and I learned a lot from those guys that was on that squad.
Right.
You know what I mean? And in 1990. But that summer, man, I played AAU ball, and I was coming into my own. I came back to school, she put me on the bench.
Cool. Okay, so what we're not gonna do right now, what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna duck these flowers. I mentioned Johnstown for a reason.
Right.
I mean, not just a Hall of Fame. We're talking about you're in the top 10 as it pertains to rebounding, and you're talking about number 2 all time in Johnstown scoring. That's those numbers, man. You're getting it in, man. And I really wanted to focus on that because people need to understand that you was a problem out here.
True.
Talk about that.
True. Well, I can't. Like I said, during my journey, I played with some guys that were. I would have to say beastie. You know what I'm saying? Guys like William Dink Peters, Leon Big Cat Cunningham. You know what I'm saying? Those was my homies. Mike McGeese. You know what I'm saying? Having the success at Louisville, man. We all played the post and against each other every day.
Right.
So once I got to Johnstown, it didn't matter if you wasn't as tall as Dink, or as athletic as Leon, and strong at the same time, and skilled as Dink. You know what I'm saying? We had no chance.
Right.
You know, I come out there on the court, I look at a dude, I'm 6'4". On paper, I'm 6'6", though.
Indeed.
But these guys, 6'8", 6'9", I'm looking at him, okay, he done. Because he ain't strong and big Dink, he ain't athletic as Leon, he ain't skillful like Mike McGee, so he's done.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's how I felt.
But,
you know,
being this the second leading scorer in Johnstown history, it had to be somebody out there that caught that. So man, can you look in that camera and tell me who that person was that caught those numbers that you put out there? What's your highest scoring day? I mean, and what's that dude's name, man? We need to know his name, man.
Well,
Come on.
It was a few guys. It was one guy. He went to. He was 7 feet. He went to the league and everything. He was. I forgot his name.
You can't forget that.
He went to the league with 7 feet. I think he was a Latino dude. He played for St. Vincent. And it was a playoff game in our gym. We went right at him. And I gave him that. I was able, because I used to give him that DC crossover. He stepped up, pulled up his shorts, stepped up again. I gave him that. Yeah. And he went that way. I went this way. Laid it, finished real nicely. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't give him your patented left jab. I mean right jab.
Oh,
then
no,
go left with the left hand.
No, I was in transition.
You know how to scout your whole game.
Yeah, I know. But I was in transition. So
how many buckets did you get that man that day?
I had at least 20 and 10. I was a walking double-double.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
High school too.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
And this at Anna.
Yeah, Anacostia. Yeah,
Okay.
I was double.
Yeah.
Anacostia.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, 21 points, 24 rebounds against H.D. Wilson, against the Reggie Wade Jordan.
Oh, did you? Reggie
Shout
ain't
out
gonna like
Reggie
that.
Wade.
Reggie ain't gonna like that at all.
Reggie probably had 30. He shot it all the time at H.D. But yeah, so, you know. But my Johnstown career, that was probably the highlight of my life as far as basketball. That was a grind. That was a major journey in my life. And I almost quit. And I almost quit in the summer of '96. That blizzard we had in '96.
Gotcha.
Almost
Blizzard
quit,
of
man. It was things weren't going right. That was that first season. We was getting beat up, and things weren't going right. And it was just a cultural shock to be away from home and up there in those mountains. You know, snowing every day. So you know, but my pops came to my side. He was like, "Yo, you know, no quitters in this family."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Get yourself together, get back up the road. So once I got back, I locked in, and we went from there. We made the tournament two years in a row, and first in school history that first year. So you know, we
Oh,
had a
wow.
nice ride.
That was the first time I made that
First
tournament?
time the school ever made the tournament, and we were independent. We weren't in a conference, so we had to beat all the big boys.
Okay.
One year we was 10-0. We was ranked 10th in the country in
Right.
the preseason, and you know, we went down to Winston-Salem and them. Shout out to Melvin Crab House. He was down there at Winston-Salem at that time. Them boys was balling, and what happened was, shoot, we lost. The first year we lost first round. Second year we lost second round. And then the following year, my eligibility was up.
Oh, done deal.
So I was a full-time student at that time.
Cool. Okay, let's do a quick DC rapid fire. Your favorite Mystic?
Mystic? Oh man, Della Don.
Oh yeah, Della Don. She gets it done.
Don.
Gets it done.
Nice and tall and slim.
You put that thing in that hole.
Right.
She puts that thing in the hole. No pause needed. DC's to you. Nobody else. Greatest basketball coach.
DC's greatest basketball coach. My goodness.
Like
I can't. I mean.
Well, DMV.
So what are you saying? High school?
I mean,
college?
it's like I said, it's completely up to you. It can be a coach somebody who coached you that helped you get to where you wanted to be, or we're talking about. I mean, it's the city.
You know, of course I gotta say, Coach Hargrove.
Okay.
And Coach Kev Hargrove, rest in peace.
Yes.
You know, them boys, man. Kevin Hargrove. When I was at Anacostia, we went to California to play Slam and Jam, buddy. We was playing against all the big names, Jock Vaughn, Toby Bailey, all them guys. Them boys on the West Coast. Everybody above the rim.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So that was a big bump. And then when we came back to in the fall, we went to Alabama. We went to Canada. We got a ring in Canada. My man Larry Towns, shout out Larry Towns.
Come on,
won the dunk contest in Canada against Greg Newton, big bum ass, went to Duke University. Yeah, young ones out there. But anyway.
Dunk contest?
Yeah, my man, yeah. We told that's another documentary.
That's another documentary for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have him getting off the floor.
Yeah, he was high fly back in the day.
Who is the, and you know, of course, I'm always, I would say me, and I know I wasn't, I'll just be joking, but who was the one dude that you played with, that you just loved, just enjoy hooping with?
Man, a lot of guys, man. Shoot, in high school level, Michael Powell, Keith Davis, them boys was bad.
I can imagine Mike Powell.
Everywhere we went to play, Maryland University playing against Rasheed Wallace and them boys was stacked. Everybody 6'8" and better. Mike show up. We play, Mike and Keith show up. We all showing up, but them boys, Rasheed Wallace was too much. You know what I'm saying? He was 6'10" and elevating and everything. He was too much, right?
Right.
We in auxiliary gym, that joint standing room only because he over there. But we played against, we went to the Boston Shootout. We went to the Boston Shootout.
played on the original Boston Garden floor before they ripped it up.
Oh, the
John
parquet?
Johnny Larry played on.
Yeah.
Played the championship up there, won the championship up there. Michael Powell up that joint. I think he was at Camp Irk Singletary.
Okay, okay.
Anwar McQueen, your man Uptown, my man Marcus Newby, Marquise Newby the first Kevin Garnett before Garnett.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? That nigga was violent out there. You know what I'm saying?
History, exactly. I like that.
Man, up there they had the likes of Randy Livingston was up there in that tournament.
Right.
The O'Bannon boys.
Oh yeah.
The dude that remember the dude with the Tulane Honeycutt, Gerald Honeycutt, man, them boys was bumping up there. Michael Powell up there dropping people's off. And we had a no-name Joe Smith on our squad. Nobody knew who he was. And he came out of nowhere and we picked him up late, right? Step out the back because I'm playing the post then, right? I'm smaller than ball. Everybody up there 6'10". So I'm like, so we get out of the van. I said, man, we gonna need some more bigs. So yeah, they like, yeah, we got one. He on the way. My man Joe on the way. So he pop out the van. And he look plain Jane right there, but he's 6'10".
Oh yeah.
I said, let's see right there. I said, okay, cool. So, but we still don't know what he do, right? Man, he get out that thing and go bucket for bucket with anybody. And nobody knew who he was, and nobody could stop him. Fundamental, pop, pop, back down, Scott, pop, that's it, pop, whatever. Right. Dunk, bing, Mike Powell going through the lane, bing.
Stop that thing right on.
Joe. And look, when you up there, right, it was so high level. You walk back there, when you running back down court, you got you on TV, so you on the monitors running back down court. You see yourself running by as you run by. Yeah, that thing was lit. We played the championship game against Antoine Walker.
Oh no, come on.
On the parquet. And the parquet was so raggedy. It looked beautiful on TV, but it was so raggedy, right?
And he wound up making that a home for himself.
Hey, yes, exactly. He was balling that game. He was balling. He was too tall. We lost that game. Yeah. That was the Chicago squad.
So how did you go from in school, whether it was Anacostia, Johnstown, playing the post, to all of a sudden in these leagues that I played with you in, you were two guard? What is we doing now?
Because my development got stunted at Ballou. And I always knew I had it in me, but I had to play where everybody needed me.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying? So, just like when we was down the farms, we first started the basic sport run, right? Shout out to Goodman League, and we was putting the basic together, and Keith was putting the team together with me, Keith, Mo, my man Beaumonty Perkins. Shout out Beaumonty Alfalfa.
Bo, what's up, Bo?
Bo, smooth like silk, and things didn't work out, and he didn't play, right? Because I'm man in the paint regardless. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I can do whatever, right? But I'm like, okay, I got Bo with me on the wing, and I know he gonna go. And the news come down that he's not going. So I'm like, all right, well, I gotta do a little bit of everything, man.
Right.
Ain't no turning back. We here. So we had a hell of a run, long story short, and made a name for basic sports. You know what I'm saying?
I played one game with Bo. And when I tell you, that it was a luxury to play with that man.
Oh, man.
Oh my God!
Skill set was intact.
Indeed.
At an early age, though, his skill set was intact.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from him too, because we played at Ballou. When I went to Anacostia, he went to Spingarn. And he went over there and fried. And he went to school. So we were trying to go to school, man. You know, and we got Ballou get man, she kicked Bo off the team, yo. We had 5 people on the team. That was the only reason I played. So once that happened at the second half of the season, I'm like, yo, look, we playing at all these different schools. This is my audition. I'm trying to grab every rebound that come off. Make every layup that somebody passes me. Because I'm auditioning for the other school at this point. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was going. That's why I was supposed to go to Wilson. My man, Coach Eddie Saul was up Baloo, and he was trying to influence that, and I almost went. But then I looked at Anacostia because I never been to Wilson. I never, I was driving, so I never drove to Wilson before. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't make that commute every day. My father was like, "Oh no, you did on that."
Yeah, y'all was visionaries though to actually have a woman coach come in there. I mean,
that was beautiful, but she was all about self.
Right.
It was all about her and her notoriety. She didn't coach us. You know what I'm saying?
And I wonder if she was the first in the city with that job.
Joe, we had a TV game, Baloo against Oxford Hill. They had 2 female coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? That year, my 10th grade year, that game was standing room.
What year was that?
1990. Yeah, I was.
Fuck Oxford Hill, especially in '90.
Hey, they were stacked too. I think we pulled that game up. Always for football. Hey, they had a band in there at that game. That thing was crazy.
It's Maryland, man. That's why it was cool to go to a Maryland school.
Yeah, it was.
DC, I don't know about
they had TV cameras in there. And everything.
Okay. So this was cool, man. I'm telling you, I really appreciate you coming out here on this inaugural.
Yeah, I appreciate
shooting,
being
man.
selected.
Yeah. Listen, man. When I the funny thing is, I thought about you the whole time, but when I actually started getting into the background, I just got even more excited, man. And then for you to sign off and say you come through, I appreciate you, big fella.
Hey.
All right. Hey. Yes, sir.
It was Tuesdays.
It's Tuesday, baby. Next time.